What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Compound and Bitcoin Cash today. Two of my favorite cryptos, man. I really do. I mean, Bitcoin Cash, I like Bitcoin Cash a lot more than I do like Compound, though I do think Compound has more potential for gains in this market. But I think Bitcoin Cash has more potential overall as a crypto itself. But you never know, man. You never know the future. Let's see what this thing holds. Let's see what we're doing here. So, looking at this on a daily, yes, you have a high here, a lower high, and a lower high. You have a high in your RSI, lower high, lower high. You are probably getting ready to move down. I very much would expect that you're going to go into the oversold zone before you see any kind of recovery, major recovery, right? You've recovered a little bit, but I do think you're going lower. Top to bottom here. Ooh, that's not a good look, you guys. Getting a bearish engulfing candle and you failed to hit your 618, you got close but you failed, that's like a sign of front running. You not only failed to hit your 618, but you back tested support as resistance, got a bearish engulfing candle on it. Yes, today looks like this already, but there's a lot of time left in this day. Prove me wrong, man. Get going. You know, you need to get going today. But getting below that 50, you were above it oh so briefly, got back below it. That's not a good look either. I think it wants to go lower. I do. And I hold Compound, man. I love Compound. I don't want to see it go lower, but I don't care if it goes lower. You know, I very much believe it's got higher to go, and I very much think that we are near the end of this grand accumulation phase where we're going to get a nice pop, man, just like BCH had. It very much bears an eerie resemblance, in my opinion. It is looking like you're getting a bounce off the 50 right now on the weekly, which is nice, but let's see how the next couple days goes, man. It might actually change. That's not a good look. Gravestone Doji, bearish engulfing candle, not a good look. In culmination with this week, we're up about 10% right now, but Compound can absolutely move down 10%. I want to look real quick. This isn't a chart that I normally look at, but let's see. Compound versus Bitcoin. I think it wants to go lower. Wow. It's not the chart I was expecting to see. Yeah. Maybe you go down to your all-time lows, find support there, and then you go. So that would imply that as Bitcoin goes down, Compound probably goes down more. That is a nice little reaction you're having off your 886. What's the daily look like? It doesn't look bad. If this can get above its 618, that would spell good things for Compound, probably, at least in the terms of maybe not that it doesn't drop, but maybe it doesn't drop as hard as BTC does, and that kind of makes sense, you know, because Compound itself again has been in this accumulation range for a while. It's ready to break out. It's near those levels, so I wouldn't think that you would drop too much, though you absolutely could go below these lows here, bottom to top. Right at your 618, man. I don't know. It's a tweezer bottom right off your 618. That's not bad. If you were to go below your 618, 69 area, the white zone here, I very much would expect that you hold support at this $40 level. I very, very, very much would. I want to do one more real quick before we get going. Yeah, $38 at that 618 there. You know, maybe you go a little bit below 40. But I don't know, man. That I'm not even certain that you go down like too much lower than these lows from here. But the lowest that I would give, I know it's at 53 right now. Lowest I would give would be like $38 to $40 range. That is absolutely possible. If I see prices down there, man, I'm scooping it up. If I see prices for Compound below $40, I'm gonna make a point to snag some of that. Of course, you're finding resistance here. You found resistance here since 2022. Of course, you're finding resistance here. It's okay. But sooner or later, it's going to break out to the upside. Sooner or later, you're going to get that positive reaction. You thought this was glorious. Wait till you see what's in store. And it's going to happen maybe next week. Probably not, but maybe like a month from now. Maybe like within the next couple months. I think we're getting there. It could happen in 2 weeks. I don't know if we're ready exactly next week, but anything can happen. You know, the main reason I'm saying that is because I kind of expect Bitcoin to continue to move down. When Bitcoin levels out and it stops moving down, that might be when we see this thing take off. But that's Compound, man. I do think it goes a little bit lower. I'm not so certain. Just because I said $38 to $40 doesn't mean I think it goes there. It could. but you could move down. Let's see. Let me get this real quick. Yeah, look at all that support you got. $38 right there at 1618. $37.91 still. $41 at the 1272. A lot of support in that area. You could move down to about $48. $49 somewhere here. Find support in this range. Find support on your 123 moving average. If you go lower, it's going to be small, and if you go lower than more than small, it's not going to be big. Still, it's going to be. I mean, I suppose it is big. Let's see the percentage. It'd be an over 20% drop, potentially a near 30% drop. But for crypto, that's really not much, man, and it'll be short-lived. You're going to forget about that whenever you see this thing break out to the upside. But I've definitely packed my bags with compound. I don't plan on adding more, but if I see it below $40, I will probably add a hefty bit into there. I'm very excited for this thing. I just think it's not time yet. So that's compound. I would love to be proven wrong with that. With things like this, like, of course, I'd rather be right than wrong. Any human who wants to be wrong. But with things like this, if it pays to be wrong, I guess I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? So that's compound. BCH, USD. Very, very crazy reaction we had yesterday, huh, guys? I did say, and I didn't make a video on BCH yesterday. I wanted to. I was tired. I was over my. I was past my bedtime by like 2 hours, man. I stayed up late, but that's what you get sometimes. I did say if it closed above 270 that I would probably say it's going up and then we'd crash. So you didn't get the video where I would say it's going up yesterday. We were definitely getting a little bit excited in the Discord, but I wasn't too convinced one way or another. And that's why, yes, this breaking above 270 was crucial. That generally would lead me to believe that we were going to go higher, but we didn't get the confirmation. That's why confirmation is so important. Yes, you broke out. Yes, you had new daily highs since we've been in this consolidation phase, right, from all the way back in July of 2023. But in classic Bitcoin Cash fashion, here's this high, right? You got your high here. You went down. You've got your highs here. They're not higher than this high. Okay, you're still meandering. Once you finally get your first daily high above it, okay, I guess you did climb a little bit more, but then you pulled back, right? Here, from this high, you didn't get a daily high close until here, and then you pulled back. Here, you finally got a daily high close above this one, and what'd you do? You pulled back. You got a daily high close here, and what are you going to do? You're probably going to pull back. I am a bit more optimistic with Bitcoin Cash. I know, guys. I know. Trust me, man. I got a headache myself. I keep going back and forth between this 200 and 190 level being a thing. I think it very much still is a possibility. That 190 to $200 level, somewhere in that area. Previous areas of like closing resistance and closing support on this weekly basis, right? I very, very much do think it's still a possibility, but with how resilient it's been versus a lot of cryptos and Bitcoin with this like drop that it's had. Yes, it closed yesterday red, but man, 6% red. Bitcoin closed 7% red. I don't know. Maybe it could go down a little bit more, right? Let's see. But that, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't go down there, man. Maybe it sees like a 13% drop. It very much is possible still. I don't want to say that it's off the table, but I'm a little less inclined to believe that it goes to 200 to 190. Though, if it does, I'll definitely be scooping up more. I will probably actually be scooping up more if it goes below like 215. Honestly, that's probably what I would do. The RSI on the daily is not helpful at all. It's very neutral. Higher lows, lower highs. You've got, let's see, I mean, like literally it's like this wedge, right? And I mean, maybe it's not like that, maybe it's like this, whatever, however you want to draw it. But we could be range bound in this, just continuing to ping pong. And somebody, oh, by the way, we're talking about comp for John and Disney is greedy. We're talking about Bitcoin Cash for slow key. And you wanted to know like the resistance and support levels. Well, support levels I would say are down here, right? Anywhere around like 215 to 220 probably is what I would have to say. And if not, you're probably going to see 190 to 200 is what I'm thinking. Resistance levels are basically what we got on this weekly closing basis right here, right? Right here, like right where we're at now, 260. Resistance levels right there. Previous areas of support back here. A little bit of resistance back in this area. Support right there. Support right here before you went off, Right here, 260 is that resistance level. And in fact, I wonder, top to bottom. Not really. I mean, it's right in the middle here, so still an overall range of resistance as well. But after that, the next area would be all the way up at $300. So, and you tipped that, showing that that is a resistance area there. So I think we are crawling our way up. I am still curious to see if we go to 190 to 200, though I am less convinced now after yesterday's events. But I got nothing more to say, man, other than that. So as far as what I think the price is going to go, is what the price is going to do right now in the short term, I don't know, man. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow it does close green, but then sometime next week it comes lower. I very much do believe that we'll see prices below 240 again. But I would say potentially somewhere around 220, 215. If not, 190 to 200 is probably where we're going. Definitely lower than here is what I'm thinking. Before we break out, before we go higher. But things are looking somewhat decent on the daily RSI. Things are looking kind of decent on the 4-hour RSI even, right? You have a lower low, higher lows here, bouncing off your green line after you found resistance here. Found resistance, you're finding support on it there. Not a bad look. Get this low to high here. I would think you go lower, but again, today, tomorrow, maybe you do come back a little bit. I doubt you break this high, but you're probably working your way down over the next week or two, maybe more than that even, down to those areas that I was talking about before. So if you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content. Thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. If you like the Christmas tree, hit the like button. And if you don't like the Christmas tree, you should still hit the like button, because that would teach that Christmas tree a lesson, man. How dare you get likes, Christmas tree. Anyways, thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.